In this video, we'll be talking about cyclosporin, which is a potent immunosuppressant agent. So in this video, we'll look at the structure of cyclosporin. We would look at the molecular mechanism of action. So stay tuned till the end. Cyclosporin is generically known as calcineurin inhibitor. So obviously, it would inhibit calcineurin, which is a calcium-dependent phosphatase. How it is important? Because calcineurin is known for its function to activate T cells. An activation of T cell is a potent immunological response, and that is inhibited by cyclosporin. So clinically, it is used for treatment of psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis. Also, immunosuppression when it is required after organ transplant, then cyclosporin is a potent choice of molecule. But it has other side effects like nephrotoxicity, neurotoxicity, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, hirsutism, and then gingival hyperplasia. So it has to be understood that this dosage of the cyclosporin has to be moderated. Otherwise, at high dose, it is highly nephrotoxic. It can decrease renal function in patients. So question is, how does it work? Already we had a trailer. We knew that it would work by preventing the activation of T cell. So let's just get back to the big picture. So T cell gets activated when it recognizes antigens from antigen presenting cells such as dendritic cell or macrophages. Eventually, T cell would be activated via stepwise molecular events, which we would learn in details. But anyway, T cell can further activate B cells. Activated B cell and T cell would proliferate rapidly and eventually show immune response. T cell would secrete cytokine, B cell would generate antibodies. But in this case, we have to understand that the generation and proliferation of T cell and B cell is abrogated because the calcineurin inhibitors inhibit the step by which T cell is activated. T cell activation is a sequential process. So the first and requires three signal. First signal is TCR and MH2 interaction. This gives rise to the signal 1 for activation. Signal 2 is given rise to CD8086 and CD28 interaction. And the signal 3 is an autocrine signal which is produced by T cell itself. So the T cell produces cytokine like interleukin 2, and that binds to the interleukin receptor on the T cell, and that gives rise to the signal 3 for activation. Now let us try to understand what cephalosporin does in context of these three activatory signal. So cyclosporin basically activates phospholipase C. Phospholipase C activates PIP2, which is a phospholipid. PIP2 generates the second messenger IP3. IP3 binds to the IP3 receptors on the endoplasmic reticulum membrane, and this allows calcium influx into the cytosol. Cytosolic calcium would increase, which is sensed by calmodulin. Now, calmodulin can activate many kinases or phosphatase. One such phosphatase is calcineurin. Calcineurin is really important because it dephosphorylates a particular transcription factor known as NFAT. Now, NFAT translocates into the nucleus, activates the gene responsible for interleukin 2 production. And interleukin 2 signaling is really important for T cell activation. So here we can understand that drug cephalosporin actually blocks the calcineurin activity. As a consequence, what happens is the NFAT is never translocating into the nucleus, and it is not producing the gene for basically interleukin 2 production. So interleukin 2 signaling, that co-stimulatory signal is now absent. That means T cell activation is halted. So cyclosporin, just to summarize, kind of interact with a component known as cyclophilin. This cyclosporin and cyclophilin component together inhibit the calcineurin, which is a calcium dependent phosphatase. Already we understood this calcineurin was crucial for NFAT activation. In absence of calcineurin activity, NFAT would never be activated. NFAT would never go to the nucleus and not transcribe the interleukin 2 gene. Just to summarize everything, cyclosporin is a potential immunosuppressive agent which acts via preventing interleukin 2 transcription. Then we looked at the clinical usage. It is used for treatment of several autoimmune disease like psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis, or also after organ transplant. But despite of its use, it has neurotoxic and nephrotoxic effect. It can lead to hypertension, hyperlipidemia, gingival hyperplasia, and hirsutism. So I hope this video was useful. If you like this video, give it a quick thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can get more notes and flashcards in our website. Links are all provided in the description. All our social media links, page links are in the description. Follow us in Instagram and Facebook. Support our channel because we need your support to maintain and sustain these kind of contents. Are really expensive. It requires a lot of time and effort to make these contents. We need a small contribution from your side, which would motivate us to make more contents and keep it available for free. So see you in next video.